What's up, y'all? Oh, man, I knew the wind was going to start blowing. Well, let me do this. I'm going to get out of the wind and just talk to y'all. What's up? It's your man. Back for that evening stroll. They put my shades on for this. The sun is still out. We were supposed to get that rain in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I'm not upset that we didn't get it. So, I'm going to make this really quick. By the way, if you have not checked out my short story, it's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. The conversation with an absent biological father who never wanted to be found. It's a really cool little page turner. That's what people said, those who bought the book. 50 pages. It talks about the first time at age 22 years old when I found out by accident about who my actual biological father was. And not getting to meet him until the age of 39. And when we met, he said, hey, how'd you find me? And I was like, through Google MapQuest. It's like, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. So, if you'd like to check that out, you can find out how on this Facebook page and his YouTube channel right here in the description box. $10, only $10. It's in PDF format, so if you decide to hit me on the Cash App for the $10, please send an email address so I can send an email address along with your payment in the little message box, and I will email you your PDF copy of the book. Thank you in advance for your support. All right. I want to just throw my quick TV review of my thoughts on the reboot on the show, The Wonder Years. It's been being brought back, but with a black cast, I guess, as Lee Daniels referred to it as, telling from a black perspective. Let me start out by saying, anything if it's attached to Lee Daniels, it's trash. Because y'all know how he rolls. Before you know it, in that show, we're going to have two girls kissing in the 9th grade. Or two boys finding out they like each other in the 9th grade. See, and also, Lee Daniels his whole mission is to try to, as he says, these are his words, I'm going to expose the black church in black America for its homophobia. That's his whole goal. And by the way, Lee Daniels, y'all know the work he's done, trash. Claude, what's up? Lee Daniels does trash. And he tries to put everybody the same sex in the bed together and do a bunch of weird shit. But I know that problem bothers a lot of black folks because they watch shit like P-Valley and Lovecraft Country and all these, and what's that crap that anything dumb and stupid and gangster and niggerish, end quote, that 50 Cent puts on TV. They watch that crap too. And needless to say, I don't watch anything that these people produce. Michael Smith, what's up? I don't watch anything that 50 Cent produces, nor Lee Daniels, anybody else. And it's so, and it's supposed to be from a black perspective. And now this is Lee Daniels now, who tried to put a blouse on one of the Black Panthers in the movie The Butlers and lied like, I had uncles who wore knit see-through shirts through their leather coats. You know damn well none of the Black Panthers wore no goddamn sheer see-through ass shirts. But that's Lee Daniels. He's the same one that brought you that trash called Empire. Lee Daniels brought you that sick, disgusted, twisted shit called Precious. Do I need to keep going? And now he's brought you some other hood, ratchet, dumbass shit called The Miss Pat Show. I'll talk about that later. But I got a chance to see the first episode of this Wonder Years reboot. Now, I'm 52. I watched a lot of TV from 1976, 75, 76, up until a lot of TV. And then some of these shows they're remaking, I've seen them in the original form. In the movies that they're remaking, I've seen them in the original form. Even Denzel Washington's movie, The Equalizer, and the TV version of The Equalizer that Queen Latifah's doing. I like the original version better because I watched all 7 seasons of that show. And anyway, I like that version a lot better. And it's no diss to Queen Latifah, just some things you just shouldn't mess with. And Wonder Years is a show you shouldn't have messed with. I watched all 5 seasons of the Wonder Years, right? I saw little Kevin. It was an all-white show. Father sometimes tripping. Mom was trying to be a dutiful mom. They had little issues. And the story was told by this actor, white actor. He's the narrator, Elliot. Something Elliot. Right? Chris Elliott, I think. Because he showed up on a lot of other shows. But anyway, little Kev and Winnie Cooper and his little Italian friend, all his buddy, his little bullying brother. Yeah, I watched that show faithfully from 88 to 93. Saw the final episode, and I think at the end, him and Winnie Cooper got together. She grew up to marry somebody else. But anyway, it was a show well written, and it was innocent, and they had drama, but didn't have any foolishness in it. See, I watched the first episode of this new black reboot of the Wonder Years. And I said, here you go with the shit. Now, he got a lot of black people in it now. But the little boy, well, first of all, Don Cheadle's doing the narrating, Don Cheadle's my 3rd most favorite actor. He's done some stuff that I didn't agree with on the screen, but other than that, Don Cheadle, to me, I think walks on water. But he also, he's the narrator of the show, so it's basically like Chris Elliott was Kevin as the adult narrating his own story, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know it if you've ever seen the original version of The Wonder Years, classic TV show, right? It was an all-white high school. I mean, I think probably had a couple of black folks in there, but it's mainly white school. And they just talked about issues of the white suburbs, issues. And believe it or not, we can relate to that. And, but now, this black version, right? Lee Daniels announced it on The Late Show with the guy from SNL, Seth Meyers. Go look that up. He talks about how I didn't want to do it. But I found someone. He found this black dude by the name of Saladin or Saladin. He called it Saladin, but it's pronounced Saladin. And I'm watching on social media here that he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, I guess. And so he and they found some other guys to produce it. He put some people in charge, but the show is really, Lee Daniels is the executive producer and over it, and also with his partners, his Jewish partners, Brian Grazer. And I'm gonna get into Lee Daniels' lust affair with Jewish white men. So I watched the show, and Dule Hill from The West Wing and Psyched, and all these people on there, y'all go look at their Instagrams. You're going to see all those black folks on there. I think half of them actually have black boyfriends or black wives. Maybe 5 of them out of the whole cast. Not even that many, maybe 2 or 3. The rest of them have never been around black folks. All the people around them are white and other. Just go look at them. I look at everything, because you're not going to sell me anything black, and I don't do the goddamn research. I like to know who's the owner, who's this, who's that. So anyway, they got a real black boy. I mean, he's dark-skinned just for almost like extra dark-skinned. Real black boy. But when you hear him talk, and him and his brother, they sound like chocolate-covered Kevins. They sound like chocolate-covered Caucasians. Well, I know. Well, how come? Why is this? No, you're just... Okay. Goofy as shit. Them almost like they sound like 2 Carlton Banks. Lee Daniels shit. Dule Hill's the daddy. I don't know who the mom is. Heavyset, medium, thick, plump, black lady. And so I watched it, listened to dialogue, and of course there's a school bus scene in the first episode. And by the way, the first episode was directed by Fred Savage. Fred Savage is the little kid on The Wonder Years, Kevin. He grew up to direct comedies. because he directed Two Broke Girls and other comedies that's been on. Just check him out. He's done a lot in the acting, in the television directing world. He's become very successful. Fred Savage, he played Kevin on the original Wonder Years. So he directed the pilot or the first episode, right? So I'm watching it, and of course, it's very interesting how they call it a reboot. Reboot is what's called, you bring back the old and put a little new on it, I guess. But Lee Daniels, if you're going to do, I guess from a black perspective, how come these black people aren't in an all-black environment? How come they're not in a black middle school, high school? They were in a white high school. They had a couple of blacks there, maybe. But why weren't they in a majority black school, Lee Daniels? And of course, I look for all the messages that are going on today. Let's look for the tough black girl. Let's look for the feminist. Let's look for the aggressive black male. And they're in there. On the school bus, the little boy was just touching on the girl. Somehow, there's Lee Daniels touching on the girl. She's like, stop touching me. He's touching on the next thing you know, she stands up. Now, the boy's bigger than her, but she puts him in the headlock. He's like, say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. No, she bullied him, and I guess she's defending herself. She got this boy and put him in the headlock. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. And so, the little Kev, the little black Kev, and his older brother, the older brother says, man, she's tough. And then little Kev said, yeah, that's why I got to have her. Get out of here. Kevin never said that shit. You know why? Because Winnie Cooper always behaved as a little girl. Now, I'm not saying the little black girl should not have, defended herself and all that, but it's just very strange how that's thrown in there. Because I don't recall an episode like that, or a little white boy sexually touching a white girl in the original show. But there you go, Lee Daniels. So now it's already been put in there, watch out for little sexually aggressive black boy. And these tough-ass black girls. Winnie Cooper never behaved like that. She was always feminine, very girly, sweet. And Kevin would say some dumb crap that hurt her feelings, and we had to go through that. And, she'd try to like him, but Kevin's so short and insecure. He would say he didn't know if she liked him or liked him. It took him at least a couple of seasons. After season 1, he finally got it. She kind of liked him, but anyway. Again, there's my first and last episode, because y'all know how they do black television. They try to make the first 2 episodes really good. The next thing you know, see a black dude getting smashed from the back by another man. So he gonna work that in there some kind of way. And let me tell y'all something else. Lee Daniels shit. You gonna see it. Now, also, if y'all notice, I in my hashtag, I hashtag everybody hates Chris. See, it wasn't a comedic touch to the original Wonder Years. It's like melodramatic kind of deal. It was some we call it some quaint little comedic hints in there, but it wasn't Everybody Hates Chris. See, we remember that show. We loved that show. Chris Rock did a great job narrating, and it was, he was talking about himself being a black kid in a suburban white school and all this, and how he caught hell. And they had the little prejudiced teacher who would say little weird stuff to Chris. Well, guess what? They have this in the new Wonder Years. That's why I'm saying they bit off Everybody Hates Chris, because the white teacher, white lady, she said something that was kind of weird, and I guess Don Cheadle narrating said, nah, she's not prejudiced. And then when she said what she said, I guess, about black boys or black people, then he gonna say, yeah, she's prejudiced. I'm like, come on, that wasn't in the original Wonder Years. This is a ripoff of Everybody Hates Chris. Because you know why? They need the original writers of that show. Of Everybody Hates Chris. That's what they need. They need the original writers of the Wonder Years. It was a cool show. And I'm not watching this trash because it got black faces on there. Feel free to disagree. I know everybody didn't grow up like I did. Reading, looking, paying attention to shit. And so, with that being said, nice try. but that's not the Wonder Years that they're putting on. This is not the Wonder Years reboot. I'd rather see the original reboot, how everybody is today at 35 and 40, see what's going on. They should have called that something else. Because if you're just going to make it black, black experience, it should have been a black neighborhood, black school, all black high school. Because they had them in the 60s and 70s. They had all black high schools. But see, let's talk about this Lee Daniels character. See, Lee Daniels has this love and lust obsession with Jewish white men. You know, his boyfriend, his live-in lover, is Jewish and white. His writing and producing partners, Brian Grazer, who's good friends, writing and movie making partners with Ron Howard, who used to play Opie on the Andrew Griffith Show, and Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. That's Brian Grazer's #1 partner in crime when it comes to movie making. And Lee Daniels is somehow hooked up or got a deal or some kind of an alliance with Brian Grazer. Brian Grazer is who helped him, who also co-produced and co-wrote, co-owned Empire. I guess these Jews saw what Kelsey Grammer did with Girlfriends and I think The Game. So Kelsey Grammer, y'all remember him? Kelsey Grammer, he came from the show Frasier and Cheers, but after Frasier, he went into producing black shows like The Game and Girlfriends. So I guess these Jews hooked up with a self-hating homosexual, black homosexual, to create black content, which is fucking trash. Get it? So I watched that first episode just to see what it's about, and I'm over it. So I tell y'all, when they say it's a black show, get ready for the trash. You know, if it has those, all the black folks around there who claim they know what black culture is, nah, that's not the black culture I grew up. I didn't grow up in, what am I saying? Because, I came up in a house of pimps and hoes. But it was still a certain, I didn't, that's not who we are. That's not who I represent or what I represent. That's not. Oh, shit, hold on, y'all. Sorry. Hello? I'm still here, right? So, hold on, y'all. I'm still here. And so, anyway, that's not what I represent. And so, they keep putting this hood stuff up here like that's who we are as a summation of a people. That's not who we are. And we're bigger than that. And Lee Daniels, what you're not going to do is continue to put out black stereotypes to continue to get rich off of black stereotypes. Now, he has a new show out called All Kinds of People, allegedly off the book by Lawrence Graham, All Kinds of People. He wrote it like 98, 99, talking about the black boule and the elite and how they live. And I think he's bastardized that. I think he's bastardized that book. And so, anyway, y'all keep rocking with Lee Daniels and this bullshit if y'all want to. I'm not. They're like, y'all can have Tyler Perry and his bullshit. Now, I will say this for Tyler. One movie that I actually cared for Tyler Perry is Daddy's Little Girls. He didn't make Idris Elba look too crazy and push too many stereotypes. There's a whole lot of these so-called black shows that black folks are directing as trash. There's some new shit on there. I think Tasha Smith got a show on one of those apps, BT or BT Plus or whatever. Her twin sister got it. It's about two black chicks having a lesbian affair. Oh, Sodom and Gomorrah is real. And we've signed on to it as a race. We've signed on to Sodom and Gomorrah. Whatever her twin sister's name, she's directing that. And Tasha's directing some other shit. This trash. Yeah. Because it's not required. We're supposed to be so intelligent and involved, but we're still resorting to stereotypes. One thing I liked about The Cosby Show, he didn't have to do any reboot of The Cosby Show. Dr. Cosby understood this. Image is everything. That's why you had a doctor, father, and a lawyer mother, and who was articulate, but she still has soul. That's why you had Family Matters. Even though it's produced by a white show, but that black family never indignant, never hood, never stupid. Who else? The Parenthood with Robert Townsend. See, I can give you all examples of shows that didn't have to resort to stereotypes and foolishness in order to be successful and or funny. So, we have to stop allowing Hollywood and Hollyweird to tell us that we're nothing but a bunch of swagged out, hoochie, ghetto, gay, thug, weirdos with money. Let me tell you, reason I guess I have this high standard because I watched a lot of white shows when I was growing up. They had all the foolishness going on, but it was something different about this trash, like Empire and all this stuff. And I watched Dynasties all 9 seasons. I watched all 11 or 12 seasons of Dallas. They had rich, they had alcoholism, they had a little cheating, they had all that in there. But the most thing about it had intelligent dialogue. And it was just cleaner. This trash that I guess they try to make black folks' high society just looks weird. Not that I'm not used to seeing successful black folks. I just mentioned the Cosby Show, and even in real life, black people who are educated and don't resort to poverty stereotypes and hood stereotypes in order to be seen or consider themselves to be relevant. So anyway, Wonder Years get a thumb down for me. Not simply because it's a Lee Daniels guy. I know the BS is gonna kick it. It's gonna find its way to that show. Somehow y'all gonna find out that an 8th grader's in love with a boy who's in the 9th grade, or a girl in the 9th grade is gonna fall in love with maybe the female PE teacher. You know how Lee Daniels does. He's weird. He's a sick bastard. And so, but y'all, do what y'all gonna do. Again, I may be talking to a community of black folks who love crap like P Valley, love craft country, and all this other weird ass shit that have, just go to the left after the 3rd episode. Once it has you hooked, then all of a sudden, boom, there go the bullshit. So I'll stick to my Chicago PD, This Is Us, and my cozy TV, Little House on the Prairie, old reruns of Frasier, The Nanny. I'll just stick to that to keep my brain fed and keep me from going to this, whatever it's called, this new crap. But anyway, that's my summation, that's my opinion of this reboot. They shouldn't have done it. Should have left the original alone. We don't need black versions of every goddamn thing. How about do something original? Then if you're going to do a version, I guess the black version, follow the format. Follow the format. Get the good writers. Don't turn it into a comedy or dramedy or whatever the hell it is. That's why we had Everybody Hates Chris. So anyway, Chris Rock, these folks they may owe you and Ali Leroy some money. I'm telling you, it's a ripoff of your show, bro. But I digress. Y'all enjoy your evening before the rain comes down and wet your boy up. We'll talk again in the future. Peace.